Work accounts for more hours in our lives than any other activity, so it makes sense that workplace culture can impact our sense of well-being, whether positively or negatively. We spoke to the Institute for the Future of Work about well-being in the workplace and asked whether AI will change the way we work for the better.
Kester Bruin from the Institute for the Future of Work, thank you for joining us. Now, happy workers are more productive. Studies show this, but the workplace is still toxic in certain places. Why is this?
I think we've seen over time that people have been a bit more willing to talk about their well-being and, their mental health. And we've seen with COVID that, that kind of brought up a lot of stresses and things for people. So I think people are actually saying, well, in work, I want it to work for me. So I think it's surfacing a lot of that stuff around toxic workplaces, which, means that people are being able to open up about it and speak about it. And partly they think, they know that if they are happy at work, then they're going to be able to give more of themselves and more of their capabilities.
Well-being is a big word now, but 10 years ago, nobody really spoke about their well-being. But now it's one of the most important things that people look for, especially the younger generation. Is this something that you're seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the work that we've done at the Institute for the Future of Work is exploring exactly how kind of changes in work are impacting people's well-being and connectedly their kind of job quality. So we're seeing that the kind of exposure to new technologies that are being used in the workplace and the stuff that allows you to work remotely, your laptop, your smartphone, that's all really positive for well-being, which is really good. But we're also seeing this kind of divergent thing whereby, the more monitoring, the more kind of wearables and the surveillance stuff, those kind of algorithmic management things, that's really having a big hit and making people more anxious, partly about the fact that they're constantly being monitored, but also it's making them think, gosh, is my job security any good at all? So in terms of well-being, people are really looking to work for them, and they want to be in workplaces which are good for their well-being.
And AI was supposed to change everything. Will it change everything? Will it give us more free time to spend with our families, to have fun?
I mean, it sounds like that's been the promise of technology for thousands of years. All of these things were meant to relieve us from our toil and help us to have more free time and leisure. There is a possibility, definitely, that AI can deliver that for us. And there's an economist called Darren Acemoglu who talks about the narrow path to good AI. And at the Institute for the Future of Work, we talk about how technologies can improve people's access to better work. But in order to do that, it's a tricky thing to do, which is really about management and culture and regulation that allows people to be much, much more involved and engaged as workers when new technologies are brought into their workplaces.
And could it be changed by the younger generation? You have children. If you had to advise them to go for one particular career in the future, what would it be?
It's definitely something that they are very, very much interested in. My son's a drummer in a punk band, and my daughter's really into kind of textiles. Now, you could say both of those are highly automatable. You could have a drum machine and you could have a computer designer, but at the same time, bringing your own creativity into work and that kind of high discretion, that kind of cultural stuff is very, very important. And what we've seen in terms of changes to skills demands and work that we've done analysing kind of tens of millions of job adverts over the last 7 or 8 years shows that actually a lot of the very high-tech skills, they are very, very much in high flux. But what stays really constant is this desire for, kind of human level communication skills, for people to be able to talk to one another, to relate to one another, to work in teams and to kind of have that kind of strong empathy. So those are the things that, whatever it is you're going to apply yourself to, and some of those jobs we know are going to be very different in the future, those human level skills are really, really very important.
Well, thankfully, a robot could not have done this interview. We're both safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.